All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about the welterweight division, specifically Keith one-time Thurman saying that yes, he will fight Jaron Ennis or a top contender if he has to, if he's unable to get the fight with Errol Spence Jr. That and what Stephen Espinoza told Jaron Ennis's trainer, Boozy Ennis, lets us know what is more than likely popping off next. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this in this video, we will be talking about the 147-pound division, specifically Keith one-time Thurman, and Jaron Boots Ennis. But before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. Subscribers, longtime supporters, thank you so much for your support. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. All right, so we are back at it. Excuse me, chopping it up about boxing in the welterweight division. This and something I've been keeping an eye on for a while. You know, I know we have the big fight coming up this weekend between Gervonta Tank Davis and Rolly Romero. However, also something that should be counted in the news is that Keith Thurman did confirm that he would be willing, if he cannot get the Errol Spence Jr. fight, that he is willing to, in his words, fight a top contender if needs be. Now, what that means is that's pretty much confirming what something that Boozy Ennis, the trainer of Jaron Ennis, said, which was that he was told by Showtime and Showtime and Stephen Espinoza, I don't know why I said HBO, Showtime, that if Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford fight and the winner moves up in weight, that Jaron Ennis would fight Keith Thurman for a vacant belt. So they are clearly focusing in the fights that they're providing for Jaron Ennis on Jaron Ennis going to the next level of boxing by fighting Keith one-time Thurman. In my opinion, that is exactly what Jaron Ennis needs at this point in time in his career. But it is at the same time, for somebody that is a fan of Keith Thurman, it's like, wow, I guess Keith Thurman will survive. That's the only way that I can think of it. Okay, I guess Keith Thurman will survive. Jaron Ennis will get a chance to fight a two-time welterweight champion, the former WBA champion, former WBC champion, and a guy that is a top-notch welterweight for sure. Whenever I do a video about Jaron Ennis, I always get the same comment from somebody that says, he's not proven, have not seen him he has not shown what he can do against an elite level welterweight. And my reaction to that is, I'm not sure what, if anybody, once we see Jaron Ennis in there with an elite level welterweight, what you expect to see other than what you saw when he fought a guy like Sergey Lipinets, a guy like Thomas Delorme, Chris Van Heerden. I'm not quite sure that you're going to see much different in that when he gets in there with that quote unquote elite welterweight. Because if you think about it, there's really only two guys that in the welterweight division that right now are considered elite fighters. And that is Terence Bud Crawford and Errol the Truth Spence Jr. Now, the rest of the guys in the division are Danny Garcia. Well, Sean Porter's retired, but I'm very used to saying Sean Porter's name. But the other guys at the top of that are really just Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman. Other than that, there's no other guys in that division that I can recall that are really world championship level fighters or guys that have won title and proved that they're at that upper division. The only other people that you have in there are guys that are just like Jaron Ennis, contenders and prospects, right? Like you have Virgil Ortiz, you have Speedy Rashidi Ellis. I think you can include Emmanuel Stenonsis in there as well. You may be able to even still throw Butiev in there as the top guys in the welterweight division. Now, Keith Thurman, if Jaron Ennis is able to beat Keith Thurman, that's about the best you can get. However, I still have a suspicion, even after that fight, that people are still going to say that they don't really see in it. That Keith Thurman had been beaten, by Manny Pacquiao, and that he had been had a hard time, I guess, in his last. I don't think he had a hard time at all, but he didn't manage to knock out Mario Barrios, even though Mario Barrios was knocked out by Gervonta Davis in his previous fight, right? So there's going to be doubters no matter what the case is, but clearly this is a path for Jaron Ennis that really can lead to him getting the type of recognition and things that he needs in order to be considered to be one of the big stars in boxing, and then hopefully lead to getting that type of fight that we'd like to see out of him, which is against the true elite fighters in boxing, and more than in the welterweight division. Now, who that might be is whoever the loser is between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. If Terence Crawford loses and Terence Crawford still decides to fight, Jaron Ennis could go to Keith Thurman and then go to Terence Crawford. Now, I know that there are going to be that rare breed of boxing fan who I have to acknowledge at this point in time in the video and say, I understand that it is not a foregone conclusion that Jaron Ennis will beat Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, especially if he does not take a long time off. He fought, earlier this year. I can't remember if it was in, I think it may have been in February or March that he fought against. No, I think it may have been January. Well, January or February where he fought the first quarter of this year where he fought Mario Barrios. If he's able to get a reasonably decent turnaround and fight, say in the next 2 months. And fights Jaron Ennis in the next 2 months, he could probably be sharper than he was when he fought Mario Barrios and when he fought, not Mario Barrios, when he fought Josecito Lopez before his loss to Manny Pacquiao, and probably even more sharp than he would be against Manny Pacquiao, right? Because Manny Pacquiao, there was a full 2 years layoff before he fought Josecito Lopez. It was a long layoff again between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios, but just wishing for the best on that, because he would definitely need to be as sharp as he can be to be able to beat Jaron Ennis. It's just that the length of Jaron Ennis, the speed of Jaron Ennis, the youth of Jaron Ennis, and the sharpness of Jaron Ennis. I think even though I'm not going to count out Keith Thurman in that fight, I still think that is a really big hurdle to overcome. But I'm just glad that Keith Thurman has out of his mouth acknowledged that he would be willing to fight one of those young contenders if that's necessary, because he's not immediately able to fight for a title shot against Errol Spence Jr. or Terence Crawford. And if Errol Spence Jr. wins, it's just he ain't going to have any choice to do it, because Errol said he's not going to fight him. Same thing for Terence Crawford, because Terence Crawford says if he beats Errol, he's going up to fight looking for Jermell Charlo at 154 pounds. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.